All right, let's do it.
Let's look at futures real quick.
So they're pretty flat so far since close.
Came back a little bit. Oh,
Yeah,
no, it's flat. It's
so 3,397. Yeah, it has an update on my chart because I have a 10-minute delay. Okay, so yeah, I hope you guys did okay today. We had a pretty rough day. Very rough day. Let's look at SPY for a second. I think that's easy to start with.
oops.
All right, so SPY filled its gap. Filled a couple gaps, right? That's an important one it filled. And then from over here, we filled down here. So hypothetically, our next target should be, we should retest this level again on the downtrend. And this should be the absolute bottom, this line right here. But, it was a bit oversold today. That drop is kind of drastic. I'm not really sure what caused all those drops, to be honest with you guys. We had a morning sell-off. I mean, it's uncertainty with the stimulus news and Pelosi and all that crap. But I do think that this is really the bottom of SPY right here. That line right there. I think this was just a bit of an overreaction, panic selling, flash sale, flash crash, we call it. But we do have patterns to look for. We have a bear flag right there. We need to hold 339 tomorrow, or 338.50 at the very least. Yeah, going forward, long term, if SPY breaks down if it goes back below 335.50, the market is going to be back in a confirmed downtrend. We'll be back in a downwards price channel, which is not good. But short term, I do want to open definitely around that level. I want to open above there in the morning. We found support here, which is nice. 339.18 is my line, but I'm glad that we bounced off there. Next level is to watch. This is obviously our final target, just to get back to where we started this morning. But we got to zoom out to find anything between these lines. I'm looking at that real quick. Okay. So that's why we have this line. Okay. Cool. So we have to clear 340.5. Yeah, if we get above 340 tomorrow, then we can start being bullish on SPY. And I say wait for 340.5 for confirmation of a breakout in the uptrend. But be aware that we are in a downwards price channel. I can draw that a bit better actually. All right. So consider this little wick here like an overreaction, but SPY does not look good right now. We keep extending this trend line. We do look like we're heading back down, and I think ultimately we are going to test this line. There's nothing bullish about this chart long term, so we're going to try and catch the pop. Right, I do expect us to test the top of this trend line one or two more times. So this is tomorrow. This could be Wednesday. I want to say by Wednesday afternoon or even Wednesday morning, we should be fully out of positions and we should be playing more or less all puts. If you call that a bull flag, compared to no.
Oh, you mean over here? Nah.
I mean, if you want to call that a bull flag, then
too wide. That's like a channel and continuation.
Yeah, this is the selling price channel. We're not finding support anywhere, so we will be testing 333 again at some point. I think very, very soon. So we'll find levels on the downside as we get closer to a bear market. But yeah, that's SPY for now. Let's move on. We have a lot to get through. Let's look at Facebook. I know a lot of you guys had questions about Facebook. Got a lot of messages about that. So the Facebook play was I'll explain my reasoning for it, and I'll explain how we're going to climb out of it. So first things first, Facebook did break out of her wedge, as you guys can see right here. All right, that's a breakout. And I guess it was trying to come back and fall back inside the wedge here, but it didn't quite get there. I do know that the Snapchat news helped boost Facebook stock as well as some other catalyst. So, we have been moving in an uptrend, and this is an upwards price channel right here. So I'm not too worried about this Facebook short term, but it will be retracing at some point. I do think they're going to crush earnings, and then we will see Facebook retest this 267.5 level. So, yeah, and then check the 5-minute when you get a chance. Yeah, so for today, this line on my chart, I had it at 282.5 roughly, or 282.6. So what happened in the morning was I saw us bounce off here, or so we bounced around here. So I thought we are going to keep bouncing and find support since Facebook had ran up so much the day prior. And I really thought the new range that we had to play in was up here. So if we had bounced off this level down here, I'd at least thought we would just stay in this range for the rest of the day. But it turns out that Facebook was way too overbought on this, little, that little boost right there. And it caused the gap to be filled almost instantaneously. And with SPY tanking, it actually broke support down here, right? So I actually averaged down here, and I also averaged down again around here at the top of that bull flag. So if you guys are holding these contracts, the thing is these premiums are actually jacked up right now because we have high IV, which is actually going to work in our favor because when we have high Vega before earnings, and we have more bullish sentiment, like we have more contracts on the call side, then we will actually lose less money on these dips, right? So I heard someone tell me that their Facebook contracts are only down maybe like, I think it was 20 or 30%, which is a lot in general. But for a stock to go down, more than $10, and only lose 30% of its value, that just shows the strength of our contracts, right? So if we cannot get Facebook back to these levels or even up here tomorrow, we'll cut these contracts for a smaller loss. But what you guys will find is that as we start crossing these resistance lines again, our contracts are actually going to start being in the green, even before we get back to this earlier entry. So you guys can watch out for that. They have earnings coming up, I think Thursday or Wednesday after close. I'm not positive, but
29th.
I'm not. What was that?
Thursday. It's Thursday.
Thursday after close. I think it's after close. Yeah, I'm not planning to host the earnings. I think we're going to be in a bear market by Wednesday at the very latest, unfortunately. So let's move on. Let's look at Square. No one's at Square. Let's look at NVIDIA. All right, we played NVIDIA today. Found support after the dip, and none of the prior dips caused NVIDIA to really to dump anymore. I also did notice that when SPY had those like random green candles and it kept going up at some random intervals, we did see that NVIDIA was kind of struggling to break, and it did find support at this 525 level, right? So we do need to break above that line exactly right there, 525 or 526 to remain bullish on NVIDIA. I did give you guys 550 calls expiring on Friday, so I am looking to get rid of these tomorrow afternoon at the very latest. My target for NVIDIA is 538. We did touch 546 today, and we rejected it pretty hard. I don't think we're going to be in a position to see this that level anytime soon, but we did grab it down here, so we do have a lot more leeway. This is the bottom of the stock right now. I'm sure this level is a gap fill from before. So, yeah, if you want to zoom out for a bit, 1 hour, 30 minutes, yeah, that's perfect, yeah. All right, so like I said, the gap was filled, right? Like, that's how many times we tested that level. This is the bottom of NVIDIA, and we can only expect upside from here. The absolute bottom to watch is 510. I'm looking at that, the low of that wick, just to confirm that. But I don't think we're going to see that tomorrow. Let's move on. All right. Apple, let's do that. All right, Apple had a lot of call volume at the end of the day. Got a nice little pump the last hour of the market, last hour of trading. So we can only expect that Apple is going to go up from here short term. You know, we do have a very, very nice
Channel.
wedge here, right? So we found support there. Breakout's going to be there. And target's going to be roughly the height of this triangle. If you guys don't understand that, you can set up a one-on-one to go over these little concepts, try and find the expected price move. But yeah, Apple and Facebook saved SPY. That's true. I agree. Yeah, if Apple does break down below this level, again, we did say yesterday in Zoom that if Apple goes below 114.5, we'll see 112, that 112 region pretty easily. So we didn't quite get there, but, you know, Apple did struggle all day. You know, the one time it did dip below 114.5, it did go straight to, I think, 113 on the dot. So, you know, earnings are coming up. You know, it's a great company. They have a ton of cash. I don't see any reason why Apple should not increase in share price for earnings, but I wouldn't want to risk it. Don't go too far out of the money, right? I don't expect the stock to move 10%. It might be like 5 or 6% growth, which is going to be plenty for Apple. So a nice safe contract is 120 calls, low premiums, high delta, good Greeks. It's a healthy contract. So 115s also look really good, especially if we open below 114 tomorrow and we bounce, grab 115s or 117s or 0.5 if those are still being written by Apple. It's a great contract. We're looking for a break of 115.25. Yeah, that's why I call the line green. It's a key level in Apple, and it's going to be the pre-market. Yeah, it's a very important line. It's relevant over here, everywhere. It's good.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Facebook spot, but yeah.
I say V.
Visa. Let's do it.
Holy. Haven't touched this stock. Oh, yeah.
All right. I did play Visa. Same reason for a gap fill. You know, we grabbed it at the bottom. It did struggle a little bit, but yeah, I think we grabbed it here and that chop and went up here, and now we're back to here. So I'm not worried about Visa in the slightest. Price target on Visa is 195.4 on my chart. Yeah, so somewhere around there. That's my price target on Visa. Anything as we get close to that, start cutting the contracts. We have 200s. I know it sounds close to the money, but it's not really. Visa doesn't move that quickly. It likes to dump and then slowly climb. If you guys look at the trend, look at the past 5 or 7 days, it's been doing the same exact thing every single day, right? So right there, like a V, right? The stock says it in its name. So I'm looking for most stocks to really fill this gap. I do think it's going to have a longer recovery just because of how much it struggled and how this gap was also filled instantly. This gap right here. So we'll see how it shapes up. I'm very bullish on Visa right now. Any payment processing that eliminates cash is going to be very significant, especially with the increase in coronavirus cases and touchless payments and all that stuff. So let's move on. We can look at AMD. You want?
Okay. I had UPS up.
Oh, UPS, my bad. We can do UPS. That's fine. I didn't notice. UPS. All right. We bought contracts here. We have calls from here. We are sitting right here right now. I do expect to run into earnings. Earnings is Wednesday, right? Is it Wednesday before open? Or
yes.
Wednesday? All right, cool. Before open, yeah. So I do think we're gonna have a pretty green day tomorrow. I'm bullish tomorrow in general. I think things are gonna run into Wednesday, and then we're gonna start seeing the real long dump of the market in the weeks to come. But UPS is more or less unaffected by anything. UPS is a shipping company. They have increased deliveries. They have many clients. There is no reason for the stock to go down. It is undervalued right now. I like it a lot better than FedEx. Both stocks will run with the UPS beat, but just be aware. Like I say every Zoom, these stocks, UPS and FedEx, tend to run together when they beat earnings. So this is the fourth cycle. So we might not get as big of a boost as we think we are, but it was oversold here, and it's definitely oversold now. You guys see the RSI tanking down there. So we should see some more upside very quickly. I do think UPS is going to rip tomorrow, especially in a green day. And if the Dow is gaining, we're going to be fine. Stop loss 165 on UPS. Here you guys.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to look at next. Was it
AMD.
AMD? All right. So my target intraday for AMD was 81.8 off the top of my head. Yeah, stock I think all-time highs at 94, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so I was gonna play 81. That's not 81.8. I was looking here. Yeah, so that was a breakout line. If you guys grab calls, you would have made money, a lot of money on that break. So you're gonna take profits there. I'm not an AMD personally, but as long as we don't break down 81.75 or 81.78 on my chart, we should be fine tomorrow. 85, we should see some resistance there, and we actually might find some chop as we near this level as well on that line. So that's a key level to watch.
This was the entry of today, 82.7 above.
Yeah.
If you play the pre-market high.
Yeah. Anything below, let me see. Yeah, I'd say anything below 81.3, short it to 81 if you want. I wouldn't short the stock. It's all noise in between here. It's not worth it. But yeah, it looks good. This looks really good. I like the chart. It's not too oversold. Like I know this looks drastic, but this actually percent-wise, this is a lot less of a drop than SPY was. So I'm pretty optimistic on AMD right now. I think they're going to crush earnings. You know, TSM crushed earnings. All the other chip companies doing well. So, except for Intel, obviously. Intel's garbage. All right. AMD, UPS, DraftKings. Let's look at DraftKings.
Sheesh.
Let's see. Trying to get a look at wave strategy on this. 3, 4, 5. It's a bit of corrective wave.
This is right outside.
Let's see. Yeah, this is a new bottom, right? The reason I'm calling this a bottom and not down here is because these lines. But fundamentally, DraftKings is in a horrible place right now. I think someone just said it in the chat. Yeah, all these NFL players are getting COVID. There's more COVID cases. You know, where I am, there's a spike in COVID cases. It doesn't look good for DraftKings in general. I do like Penn National Gaming a lot better than DraftKings. You know, DraftKings will have its random days where it just runs for absolutely no reason. They have new licensing deals, sports deals, new athletes, new something, but eventually this money is going to go elsewhere. Sports betting is really a lot more lucrative on stocks like Las Vegas Sands, so LVS, and Penn National Gaming. I prefer them much over DraftKings. Chart-wise, it looks pretty solid. Like 39.5 is that is the bottom, right? It looks pretty, yeah, it looks pretty, that's the bottom. That's a price floor right now. So going forward, I'd wait for a break of 40.75. 43 tends to be a very heavy line of resistance on DraftKings, but you know, you guys, I'm not going to be playing the stock anymore personally. I just don't like it. I don't own it. I don't think there's any reason. I think there's just better plays out there in general. Like we'll find plays on it at some point, but I don't want to force anything. There's nothing bullish about this. Nothing at all. All right. Was that it?
That was QQQ. Last one.
Yeah, we can do that.
Oh, I forgot this is also in first one. NVIV. I don't know what that one is.
I'll get back to it. All right, QQQ. Same thing. Same deal. Spies oversold. I do expect technology to have a lot more strength in the market since we have all these tech companies reporting. Facebook, Apple, Microsoft, Google. They're all reporting. Also, Google moved their earnings date to Thursday. Wait, not Thursday. Yeah, on Thursday. Just a heads up for you guys. If you guys were playing Google earnings. It is in a downtrend. Then again, the entire market is in a downtrend right now. There's nothing, I think we're gonna start seeing a lot of corrections coming. We are in a bear market right now. Let's see. Yeah, this doesn't, if we don't bounce, this is actually hold on for a second. If we don't bounce here on this line and we cannot stay above this line, we're actually screwed, right? Because you guys see how we just blew straight through this line over here on that run. So this actually tells that we might hit a speed bump on this line potentially, which we did over here. And this is going to be the real bottom of QQQ. And once we break down that line, we are in bear territory. Like we are back in a confirmed bear market. That's a major correction. So it did have its nice runs, but at some point, this market will correct itself. If you guys, I'm not sure if you guys use wave strategy, but can you zoom out for a second? Just back to where it was, real quick. Yeah. So this could be like the continuation of wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5, and then here's a correction wave right here, down here, and then we're headed straight down. Again, if you guys don't understand what I just said, this is a very advanced concept, but the idea is that we have our third wave here, down here. This is the fifth wave, and this is kind of the correction area we are looking at, right? I drew that wrong. Shit. That's A, that's B,
C.
and C. So, yeah, and with that, we do fully expect to go down to where wave 3 started, which is way back there. So the market does not look good. I gotta be honest with you guys. I do like bull markets, but I think we have maybe 1 or 2 more chances to be bullish on QQQ and TQQQ. From here on out, you guys, it would be in your best interest to play calls on VIX, VXX, UVXY, and also the SQQQ index, right? It shorts this QQQ. Tech is overvalued. I keep saying it. And we're going to see one more push, right? Amazon's going to carry the market. Amazon, Facebook, Apple, Microsoft, Google, all those big names. So a lot of companies are meeting expectations and still dumping. You guys saw Twilio, right? Chegg, same thing. These companies beat earnings, and for some reason, they're still dumping. So, yeah. All right, I think that's it.
How about QCOM?
Qualcomm. Yeah, I still have a 130 calls. Those have lost over half their value. I'm looking for one more rebound, right? I played it. It was holding pretty strong. Like I got it on the dip. It was up slightly, and it just kind of fell off the cliff. So I want to reclaim that prior resistance, or I guess reclaim the old support line. If not, we'll have to cut them. I mean, I went in pretty light on Qualcomm, but I'm still going to be holding it for at least 1 or 2 more days. I do think we're going to have one super green day, and that's either going to be tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm not sure which one yet. At which point, we'll use an opportunity to cut contracts. Whether they're profitable or not, we will minimize your losses that way. So, as traders, we need to also recognize when we're not going to make money, but losing the least money is also a very important skill to learn. Chart-wise, this stock is extremely strong. Just given how the market's been reacting, we can see how this downtrend isn't nearly as significant as the rest of the indexes we've been looking at. So I am very, very bullish on the stock long term, but I do think the market correction that's imminent will be pulling down the stock a little bit more. So they should crush earnings, in my opinion, though. I'm not really worried about that. It's a good profit target. We have to hold 125.75. Hopefully, I'm putting it a bit higher than 125 just because we did get these contracts, I think around here or somewhere around there. So this is not the best direction for call contracts, obviously. All right. Yes, Amazon should push the market up. I'm very interested to see how they've been doing this quarter.
Last one right here.
Stock. Is this a pharmaceutical company? Penny stock.
What?
All right. Yeah, if Caterpillar with earnings, that's gonna dump. I can almost guarantee. Yeah, I love Caterpillar too, but it's gonna dump. I'll bet you a cat share on that. That stock's gonna dump. Home building has slowed down considerably. Home sales have increased, but the actual building aspect is gone now. It's been slowed down significantly. Less construction's going on. There's no need to build things anymore. You know, all the cities I've been to recently have been like, we don't really need any more office space or any buildings because people are just working from home. So construction is on decline. This stock, whoever wanted to look at this stock, you need to use Fibonacci extension to find the next levels for a stock. If you don't know what that is, whoever you are, just send me a message or tag me in the chat. I turn off my messages. Just tag me in the options chat and I'll send you a chart on the exact levels to watch for this. But you want to use like Fib extension. Yeah, I'm not sure how to do it on this right here.
Yeah, I don't know where it's at. I have to add it to my.
Yeah, we gotta set it up. Yeah. I can zoom up for a second. On this stock, I'm gonna check some more thing.
It looks ugly.
Yeah, there's definitely. Yeah, I guess you're hoping that's gonna reclaim this little area. I'll give it a look. I just don't know who you are, so whoever this is, I'll give you the exact levels to watch. I can just do that real quick. So, yeah, just get my attention in the Discord, and we'll talk about it briefly. I'll send you a chart. All right, guys. Well, if there's no more stocks to watch, then have a great night. I'll see you in the morning. Don't give stimulus, bring the house prices down. Yeah, people need to check. Checks will come. I think Trump might just send checks out to people. Just short-term market pump. I'm not sure. I think he wants to hold the market up until election day, and then we'll see what'll happen. I don't like pharmaceutical companies. I don't like biotech. I don't like anything. So I hate the health industry stock-wise. I don't like the sector at all. So, all right, cool. I will see. Fastly.
I was just doing it for.
You can get a lotto. Get a 75 call. That's your best bet. The stock keeps failing our levels, so we can't really find a bottom until we do. It might surprise you during earnings, so don't discount that. You know, Fastly calls might print because this stock I think was way oversold. I don't think losing the TikTok deal warrants the stock losing or the company losing over 30% of its value. It doesn't make any sense. So be on watch for a possible earnings beat.
When I have to fill this gap later, anyways.
Yeah, I mean these will be your targets realistically. Then here, somewhere around there, that line right there, some great levels. So, all right, I have some things to get done, so I will see you guys pre-market, and I will not be sleeping in this time. Sorry about that. All right, good night.
All right, guys, I'll be uploading this on YouTube and just check the social media link.
All right, thanks, man.
Yep.
Thank you
guys.
Good night.